So there's something called a paradigm. And if you haven't heard of that before, a paradigm is basically like a lens, glasses you have, and you see the world through that. It's your beliefs, right? And the thing is, how you see something, so what you believe, affects your thoughts, obviously. And your thoughts shape your identity, which affect your decisions, which affect your actions. They, like actions you take, and we can all agree on that. Actions you take affect your reality, which essentially means, following this chain, that whatever you believe to be true will become your reality. All right? And why is this important? Well, let's say, for example, your paradigm, right, your worldview, your belief is that cold calling is easy. All right, this is what you think is true. Well, if you believe this, you will think that cold calling is easy. Great. Which will affect your identity because now you think that you're good at cold calling because you think it's easy. So obviously you're good at it. And then because you now think you're good at cold calling, you will have decisions which are basically you're going to do more cold calls. That's your decision that you now take based on the identity you have. Right? So you will do a lot more cold calls. And in those cold calls, you will be more confident, more empathetic, more actively listening because you do a lot of cold calls. So you learn that stuff, which become actions, right? You take actions in accordance with the identity you have, right? And the decisions you take. And if you do a lot of cold calls, which are your decisions, and you do good actions, like being confident and actively listening and stuff like that, then you will actually be good at cold calling, which is now your reality. So you thinking cold calling is easy means you will get good at cold calling. And the opposite is just as true. If you think cold calling is hard, right, you will think you're bad at cold calling, which will lead you to make less calls where you're less empathetic, you're not confident, which will make you bad at cold calling. So if you like, your belief directly affects your reality, and they're self-reinforcing, because you being bad at cold calling will make you believe even more that cold calling is hard, which means it just gets worse and worse and worse. So how do you fix that? It's pretty simple. You probably have a lot of faulty beliefs around cold calling, for example, and that's what this video is about. But in general, you can always use this. For example, people don't have time for phone questions. Scripts make me sound robotic. I'm bothering people by calling. Permission-based openers don't work. People don't buy over the phone. You can't call on Saturdays or after 5 p.m., right? These are all beliefs that you hold. And let me tell you, they're all wrong, okay? Because people make time for things that matter. Not knowing the script makes you sound robotic, right? If you think you're bothering people, you're literally offering a solution to their pain. Permission-based openers actually proven reduce interruptions and build more trust. People buy solutions. How they do it doesn't matter. So they do it over the phone or in real life or over email. And with the time, you just test everything and let the data decide. And so what you do, what I need you to do is write down all your beliefs that you have about cold calling. So sit down for an hour and just think. Write down every one of them. Then next to it, write down where they came from. And then you just invert those and you have a list of positive actions that you can take to get better. It's so simple.